and I'm going to bring myself up. There we go. Oh my goodness, guys. Again, with the technical difficulties, but here I have Vicky Samala. I'm Bob Samala. Welcome to our Friday night live show again. This is our 4th episode and we keep getting better and we keep uncovering new and incredible things. Tonight, we have a wonderful show for you. And but first, what we're going to do is kick it off. I have Vicky right here. We're going to start with our announcements to let you know what's going on with the group this week and coming weeks. Go ahead, take it away, Vicky.
Hi, guys. Just wanted to let you know shirts have been ordered, and we are going to have them on March 13th. And that's at our social run, which will be at, what's it called?
Bike and
Coffee.
We're going to send you the directions, but you're going to love it. And next week, we're actually going to have the owners on as part of our broadcast so they want to get to meet you and we want you to meet them. It's a wonderful wonderful establishment. Support local. You know, I'll get Mike Myers and to come and do a commercial for us, but we want to support our local businesses. Continue, Vic. Oh, social run, bike and coffee. Tomorrow, I hope you guys know where you're running. We will reiterate this. Hi, Barbara. Good to see you. We will reiterate our announcements later in the show, but I am so excited for this show. We have some guests and some out-of-state guests, too. I'm going to start with our first guest. I keep saying guest, Vicky. Vicky's off to my right. She's the producer of the show, so she is running the whole stream from another computer over here and monitor. Our first guest, where do I begin? I want to introduce Debbie Mercer. She is the president of USA Fit. Some of you guys only know Vicky and I, but this is a big, exciting national group. There are chapters all over the country. And she's going to explain more about that, the history of it. So without further ado, let's bring Debbie on. Okay, there's Debbie. Let's go to that one. No, the next one. Oh, that's a nice one. I like that. Hi, Debbie.
Hey, Bob. Thanks.
How are you?
Good. We're in Texas, and we're actually thawing out this week. So that's good. We had a tough week last week, but we're doing well now. So,
how are the? Do you have a lot of restrictions still in Texas?
A lot of what? I'm sorry.
Restrictions from the.
No, we're don't have to boil water any longer, and I think most everyone's got power again. So we're doing well. 70 degrees now, so it seems weird that. I know. It seems weird. Like this time last week, it was like 40 degrees in our home. And so we're doing well. Thank you.
That is wonderful. So would you click this one, Vicky? No, and the other way. Drag me, make Debbie bigger. There we go. I wanted to focus on Debbie. So I'll be a little box on your side there, picture in picture. So Debbie, tell us a little bit about USA Fit, maybe a little history lesson for our members and your involvement with it and stuff like that.
Sure. We'd be happy to. USA Fit was actually founded in 1989. The man that started it started off with about 25 people in Houston. And as the program started growing, then other people in other cities learned about it, and they wanted to start a program as well in other cities. And I joined Houston Fit in 1997. And I was one of those couch potatoes. You know, I was an employee and a wife and a mother and didn't really exercise, but always wanted to run. And one of my best friends ran the marathon, the 1997 marathon, and it was just a real inspiration. She said, "You've got to just come out and join Houston Fit." And so back then it was really interesting because there were no half marathons, and it was just a marathon. And it was a 6-month program, and you showed up on a Saturday. There were no newsletters. There were no routes given beforehand. So you just showed up. You didn't really know where you were going to go. The coach gave you the directions, and you just hoped and prayed you could keep up. And because Houston Fit was the only game in town back then, it had anywhere between 1,500 and 1,700 members. And it was crazy. And I mean, we had to break up the groups in what we called color groups, which I'm sure you do too, but they were pace groups. So like the red group, which was the group I always ran with, they had like 300 people just in that group. And so I ran my first marathon in 1998, and I got I drank the Kool-Aid. I loved it. The next year I ran a couple of more, and then I became an assistant coach. And then I took over the head coaching of the red group because that was my group. I loved it. I loved these runners and walkers who had never done anything at all showing up. And so I loved coaching them. And then in a couple of years, I became the organizer, like you and, Bob and Vicki became the organizer of Houston Fit. And I did that for a few years. And then in 2007, I was asked to take over USA Fit as the president. So I started with USA Fit in 2007. And now I am the owner of USA Fit. So I love it. I just love seeing what everyone does across the United States and helping people change their lives. And one of the first things that I realized when I started working for USA Fit was that organizers all over the United States felt the same way I did about helping people. And they had the same coaches, and it was just very inspiring to do that. Yeah. I can't hear you, Bob. Can't hear you.
I'm sorry, Debbie. There it is. Vicki muted me because she doesn't talk too much. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
But what I want to say is Houston Fit, where it started out, that is an enormous size group. And actually, we have a member that moved to Albuquerque, and she's been with us for a while. And she used to be down as a member of Houston Fit, and she used to tell us the stories. But that is what an organization. Can you, Debbie, give us an idea of how many chapters there are around the country?
Right now, we have approximately 26 chapters around the United States. Right. And each one of them, follows the same method that you have. You have an organizer and we have coaches. And depending on where that program is located is where they pick the goal race or the half marathon or full marathon they want to train for. And so these programs kick off at all different times during the year. Some programs offer a walking program. Some are doing race walking. Some are doing the run-walk method. And what I like to do with organizers in all the other cities is I like to find out what works for them, what works for their group. Some don't really want a race walking group, and that's fine. But, so we really just tailor these programs according to what the organizers and the coaches want to do for their members.
That's wonderful. What's the state with the pandemic? And we know last year was very challenging for all of us. I remember you had us on a Zoom meeting, and it was a little disheartening to see. And I feel their pain. We were all going through it. But is the country opening up for some of these other chapters too?
It is. The worst is California. And right, and we have two programs out there. We have East Bay Fit and San Jose Fit. San Jose Fit was our largest group and had been around for 22 years, I think. And, they had the stay-at-home order long before anyone else did. And then, of course, they had the fires. And they've just really, really struggled. So we're hoping they're going to be able to start up again in a couple of months, but we don't really know yet. But, the really wonderful thing about it is last year when we realized we're not going to be able to meet in person, we're going to have to do something for people to keep them motivated and engaged and connected. And I was just so proud of all of you for stepping up and creating these amazing virtual training programs. I mean, it was just, I can't even tell you what a difference all of you made for everyone, just so that they could continue to do their training and stay in contact with you. And then slowly, as the year went by and restrictions we lifted, then we were slowly starting to be able to meet in person. But, we had COVID guidelines, had to wear masks. Yeah, we had to be very careful.
But, it is, you're so right about it. And when I got to meet some of the other organizers, we really love helping people, connecting with people. And especially during the pandemic, people were getting being stuck indoors all the time, not seeing their friends. And the one thing I truly learned these past 3 years, how much that social aspect, that interaction of runners with whoever runs in their group, that really is a big part of USA Fit. You make running buddies for life,
You do. They're like family. Absolutely. Right.
Absolutely. Now, let me ask you this, Debbie. Do you still run?
I do. I had when the pandemic hit last year, I hooked up with one of my best friends, and there's some little hiking trails around Houston. We started hiking pretty regularly, and I ended up really injuring my Achilles. To the point that I was in a walking boot for over 3 months. So I signed up to run the Yosemite half, and then to do a 4-day hike after that in May. So I've just been trying to put some miles in, and just to see if my Achilles will hold up to it. I want to say one thing, if you don't mind. USA Fit was able to actually offer an in-person marathon and half marathon in January. Normally we get, several thousand. The city of Sugar Land made us keep it down to 600. But what was so really heartwarming and incredible is we had people from all over the United States show up. When they heard that this was going to be a live race, they it was like from New York and Wisconsin and Minnesota, all these people showed up. And after they ran it, we had to really do a lot of things differently. We couldn't have a post-race party. Everything had to be, COVID safety. But the feedback was like, thank you so much for offering this. We just appreciate, we just needed to be out there and do this again. And it was really a wonderful experience for them and for us and the volunteers that put it on.
Yeah, that was a wonderful event. We put it in our newsletter, but we were just starting our season.
Yeah,
so
right.
Not many people were marathon or half marathon ready yet. But that was wonderful. And what's the normal time for the USA Fit Marathon?
We always do it. We do it in 2 weeks after the Chevron Houston Marathon. So it's around, the last week in January, or around the first around February, because we found that people that run the Chevron Houston Marathon, sometimes the weather is bad or they have a bad race. And so they want another shot at it. And 2 weeks later, they'll come out and do it. So it's always in January or early February.
Oh, that's wonderful. I want to hit a different topic, which is really interesting. And I was talking to a few of our members on my run yesterday. But Debbie has a line of running apparel, sportswear. It's called Zip Hers. Did I say that right?
You did.
It's very clever, Debbie. The way. I would like you to talk more about that, and then give us information so that our we want to share more of that stuff on our newsletter, and I think especially, well, obviously the women, you will appreciate this. So Go ahead, Debbie, tell us about that.
Okay. So, because I've run marathons and I'm out there for, as we know, we're out there for hours. I'm a slow runner, so I was out there for hours. And a lot of times, you have to answer the call of nature. You have to go to the bathroom. And I remember many times I'd be standing in a line for a dirty porta can, and I'd see men run past me and go behind trees, and then they'd get right back on the course, and they would get, get better time because they didn't have to waste time. And I thought, gosh, I wish that was something we could do. And then when I was hiking the Grand Canyon and I was hiking Machu Picchu, also there was like times when we women would have to go, and we had to figure out how to go without pulling everything down in front of everybody. So what we've designed is a line of women's apparel wear bottoms that are called Zip Hers because they have a zipper that unzips from the front of the right under the waistband all the way to the back, and a woman can actually be outdoors without pulling anything down. And it's very discreet, it's very fast, it's very comfortable. So we have running tights, we have capris, we have shorts, we have hiking shorts, we have hiking pants. And just recently I had a woman that contacted me, and she bought some because she was doing a 100-mile kayak race, which I didn't even really think about that. But she ended up buying some and said it just made it so much easier for her. And she actually ended up placing in her division because she didn't have to worry about how she was going to go on the kayak. So, people ask, so you decided to do this because of your experience. And honestly, it's really about just helping women. I want to help women to have a better experience out there in their outdoor activities, to have dignity, to have convenience, to not be able to have to pull off all their gear if they're in a porta can, if they decide to go in a porta can, and to have the same competitive edge, when they're in races like men do. And so we launched about a year. Well, we launched in September, right in 19th, right before the pandemic. So it's taking us a while to get the word out, but we've had a lot of fun with this. And women that have bought it, they've run races, they have hiked with it, they love the fact they don't have to take off their gear. They love the fact that, if they're in a marathon, they can go somewhere and get right back on the horse and not worry about wasting time off their finish time. So it's called Zip Hers, ZIPHERS.
Okay.
Oh, and we're an all-woman group, all-woman company, and we're USA made here in Houston. Actually, it's all made here in Houston.
Outstanding. That's wonderful. And we can just put that link online. So I'm sure we're going to get a lot of calls about that. But we also will put it on our newsletter, and we'll put it in all our social media.
Thanks, Bob.
Were you asking me something? No. Okay, Debbie. Well, that's wonderful. But all for women. Men, I guess we have it a little easier, although I know I've lost a lot of time hitting those porta potties.
I know.
Multiple times on a marathon. Well, Debbie, thank you. I don't know if you saw Gary said hi.
I did. Gary Chance.
Yeah.
Gary, yeah. Good to see him, Gary.
Yeah, my mentor.
Yeah.
So we'll see him tomorrow morning. We'll have our run. Any last words you'd like to say, Debbie? Like words of encouragement for our group?
Oh my gosh! Just 2021 has got to be our year. We got to get back out there and just get our reconnect with everybody, set our goals, just rebuild what we feel like we may have lost last year. I mean, I'm just really so proud of all of our programs. And, this is the time to really evaluate our goals and to just do the best we can out there.
Okay. Well, Debbie, with that, I want to thank you for being a guest on here.
Thank you,
don't be a stranger. We'll talk more. We have some stuff to talk about later, but I will let you go right now. So, okay, you can pop me on there, Vicki. Okay, Debbie, you can just go. Everybody. Well, that was wonderful to have our president and owner of USA Fit on. Our next guest is going to be a gym owner, a boutique gym owner that we have up here in Rio Rancho. He became a sponsor almost right away for us. He's from Go Time Fit. A lot of our West Side people have enjoyed his training that he did for us, and let's pop him on. This is Mr. Jeremiah Stanton. Hey,
Hi, guys.
Jeremiah, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
There you
How's
go.
everybody doing?
Look, good. Oh, I see you were feeding the kids, and
Yeah. Life at home has definitely changed with COVID. I've added another element is being a at home teacher.
oh wow, okay.
Well, I'm just joking. With the remote learning, it's a lot of work trying to make sure that they're on their screens at the right time and everything like that. So I wanted to try something a little bit different before I started talking. I created like a little video to kind of go over a little bit about Go Time and what it's all about, and then come back on it and then talk. How does that sound?
That sounds great, Jeremiah. So you have it on your computer screen?
I do.
Okay, you can just share it,
Okay.
and you can pop it right on the broadcast.
Okay, great.
Jeremiah Stanton's screen joined.
It's down at the bottom.
Just let me know when to press play.
Okay, I'm gonna
Press play
share it
now.
Okay. Can you hear it?
No.
No, you have to share your audio too, Jeremiah.
Oh, okay.
Pause it and just when you shared it, just click on share audio too. There should be a little bottom box to the left somewhere.
To the left.
Is that muted right down here? You can't see my mouse. That's your microphone. Click on your the shared screen. There should be
I don't see on the left.
Yeah, it should be where your Go Time Fitness is it hidden down there, or there should be something there that. Oh, what about to the down on the right? You see, is that the one with the speaker? Is that
Right here?
Yeah,
I can turn that up. Would that help? Okay.
Everything
Let's
they need
try
to start to finish and even after.
How's that?
We are proud sponsors with USA Fit.
There you go.
We are
Okay.
here to provide you with discounts through our 3 Go Time Fitness brands. Go Time Fitness Training, Just GT, and Pure Elements CBD. All 3 brands allow us to bring you an encompassed approach to sports and fitness. Preparation, performance, and recovery are vital to successful and enduring fitness. With Go Time Fitness Training, you have access to an in-person or virtual Run Fit training class. You also get a discount for a membership to our fitness center. The Run Fit class is designed to help you build strength, balance, and power for running. Our normal class price is $15 per class, but USA Fit Albuquerque member access is $5 for this class. We understand that not everyone is in or near Rio Rancho. That's okay. You can attend the classes virtually. You can even enjoy a membership with us and have access to free weekly workouts right from your phone. Our next Go Time Fitness brand is Just GT. Our sports and fitness store is designed with the same encompassing focus to bring you everything you need for sports gear, fitness apparel, recovery, customized apparel gear, stickers, decals, and banners. Check out our website and check back often because we are constantly adding new products. Members receive 15% off with code FIT15. Our last brand is Pure Elements CBD. When we found ourselves suffering from both chronic pain and trouble sleeping, we made the choice to research natural solutions. During our search, we learned about the benefits of CBD. Unfortunately, we also learned an unpleasant truth about the CBD industry. Its products rarely work. CBD isn't the problem. The problem is an industry that is largely unregulated and full of poorly produced products. After trying 7 of the biggest CBD brands on the market and only finding relief from one, we realized that there was a need. After learning all this, we decided to do something about it. Our mission? To help people by creating the most pure, organic, and bioavailable broad-spectrum cannabinoid products on the market, all at a price people can afford. Enjoy the benefits of CBD like better mood, soothing aches, better sleep, and more. Explore our ever-expanding lineup like tinctures, gummies, pet CBD, salves, muscle cream, and more. All products come with a QR code where you can see the third-party tests. USA Fit Albuquerque members get 25% off of CBD. Thanks for taking the time to see what we have to offer. We hope you enjoy all things Go Time Fitness.
Excellent, Jeremiah. Wow, over the top. I love that. Let me say one thing before I'm going to let you continue to talk. But
Yes.
a group of us took that run training, your classes that one year, and this was before COVID. And sometimes we had like 15 people in that class. But I can tell you from experience, I fitted so much. I think I had during that year like my best marathon after incorporating your training, which was run specific. It's not just weight training. It's all sorts of, you incorporate movement, balance, core. It was amazing. So with that said, it really helped me. Tell us more, Jeremiah.
Yes, yeah. So I'm glad you liked the video. I was playing around. I wanted to try something different. I like to tinker with things, but the Run Fit class is a lot of fun. We met a lot of really neat people and bonded over a lot of cool training. And the focus is just to complement what your running is doing. A lot of times, runners when they're going, they'll get the conditioning. Hey, Barbara, they'll get the conditioning. You'll get your aerobic capacity increased. You'll work on your form, and you'll really push yourself that way. But what we want to do is add in that strength element. We want to add in your balance and a little bit of power. And throughout your race, throughout your runs, you'll see those benefits. A lot of times, if you're a little bit stronger, you'll feel greater at the beginning of your run. And at the same time, you'll have the strength and the power to be able to finish your races a little bit harder on that back end of the race where you want to kind of push a little bit more, and you find that you have more of your energy stores reserved because you're so strong at the beginning of the race. We do incorporate the balance because for a lot of you trail runners, even running on pads, sometimes you could tweak an ankle just by stepping on something wrong, or you could have a fall, which I've had plenty of falls running, and being able to just increase your balance really helps out and helps prevent those injuries. And then what I say when I'm training any athlete, I say a lot of the power of what you do comes from your core. So we really focus on your core to just develop that so that it'll help you with your forced inhalation, exhalation, and just your body movements and being able to get running a little bit stronger, a little bit harder, and it's a lot of fun. And when I was talking with Bob, he always said, "Can you come out to a park? We need to get you to see everyone else." And that was one thing. And Bob and I are still going to talk and see what we can do to bring that to everybody for USA Fit Albuquerque. And one way is we're going to start broadcasting those classes, so you'll be able to attend those live, and we'll be able to tailor it to what you have available. So obviously we'll be working out in the gym, but as we're going through. I'll have a microphone on, and I'll be able to talk to in person and live at the same time, and just give different alternatives. So like if we're on a machine, I can give you an alternative to do. If you're at home or if you're at another gym, you'll be able to see the wonderful benefits of that training.
I'm excited. Can we have like Vicky and I can be on your broadcast too?
Yes, yeah, I would love that. Yeah,
and Dina and Ariane and
yeah, Dina's gonna be yelling at everybody.
Yeah, Dina will be yelling at everybody.
Yeah.
But we will get that started right away soon. I'm getting excited as things are getting safer, and definitely I can attest to how much it's helped. And your training was a safe, smart approach for me. It really helped. And I think a few other people who had a great season, less injury, so I've missed that class. And one last thing I'm going to talk about, which I'm so excited that you're offering, Jeremiah, the CBD products. And I've looked at other places too, where I've had little, like for creams and stuff like that, where there were little, things I've had going on with my body. But you're right. There's the choices out there, or you don't know. And it can be very expensive, some of that product. So I'm definitely going to check out what you have there. And you seem to have the research behind it, that we can check out to make sure we're getting a pure product, a good product, a product that works. No bad effects. And that's new when you started offering that. So we're going to come by in there and stop by. When are you in there?
So I will be there Monday from 11 to 1, and then 3 to 6.
Okay.
Monday 11 to 1 and 3 to 6. And yeah, it's hard. We really wanted it to have that QR code on the bottle so you could see exactly what you're getting. And we do offer a satisfaction guarantee. If someone's not satisfied, we'll refund the money. And that's just how much we really believe in what we're offering. And so far, everyone's really raved about the results. One example is we had someone who really has had a bad neck issue, just a chronic neck issue. And she, every time she comes into the gym, she raves about it, and is really appreciative of it. So we're appreciative that she likes it. So it's great.
Well, that's wonderful, Jeremiah. So listen, thank you again for being a sponsor of ours. One of our first ones with Vicky, when Vicky and I started, when we became organizers for the group. You've been wonderful, helping our runners, and we want to continue that partnership with you, that relationship we have. That's wonderful. So everybody, that is Jeremiah Stanton. And maybe one time, when things loosen up, he's run with us a couple of times too. That was fun. But we will see you in person soon. So everybody, let's say goodbye. Give it up for Jeremiah. Wonderful. Thank you for being on, and it won't be the last time we have you. Thank you, Jeremiah. Okay, guys, we're gonna reiterate our announcements, and then we have our great coaches corner coming up. With these guys, have a great presentation for you. But Vicky, would you like to just get on your mic over there and reiterate the announcements for those who came on late?
All right, guys, we have shirts ordered, and we will have them March 13th at our social run, which is at Bike in Coffee. Bike in Coffee,
yes.
Bike in Coffee, sorry. And also, if you remember the end of season race in the fall, we are going to have another one this spring, actually May 8th.
May 8th, and we will announce the name of that. We have a winner for those who participated. We have a name for that race so that we can get all our logos done on our shirts for that race. And we will be putting the registration out this week, so you can sign up for that race. And Without further ado, we have let's All right, I'm going to introduce you guys. You guys know our own coach Steve Wolinsky and Coach Matt. Matt, we got you on. I don't know how that worked out, but I'm gonna give off this.
All right. Well, Matt's going to start us off. He's going to get the first couple of slides, but our presentation today is on speed work. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm coach, half marathon coach Steve, and my full name is Steve Wolinsky. And this is Matt Massey here, who, like myself, has done a lot of races and learned a lot of good tips from this running group. So without further ado, I will go ahead and share my screen and let Matt go ahead and kick this presentation off on speed work. Okay, all you, Matt, can you see my presentation?
I can. You want to go ahead and start the slideshow?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody, again, introductions. My name is Matt Massey. I'm part of the half marathon coaching group this season. What we wanted to do today is talk a little bit about speed work. I think people have heard us talk about speed work, but they, maybe don't know a lot about it. Or me, when I first heard speed work, I just pictured a bunch of Usain Bolt's running around a track. And so it was a little intimidating. So again, maybe we can, shed a little light and eliminate some of that intimidation factor. Go ahead, Steve.
All right. So we're going to go into, why do speed work? I mean, there's a lot of reasons. And I mean, I'm not going to go exactly how this presentation has it, but for me, the high level summary is speed work can get you faster, but also can get you in better shape. Now, that being said, if you've never done speed work, that's something you want to ease into. And obviously you want to go ahead and make sure that you have no major health concerns. If you do, you have health issues, you want to make sure you get that approved by your doctor, and also make sure you're aware of your heart rate and all that kind of stuff while you're running. But, as far as, the science of it, so you can definitely help build endurance for both half marathons and full marathons. You can they do this for short, like Olympic running, like 400s, 800s, 1200, 1600 meter run, Olympic events. I mean, they do speed work for that, obviously, because that's more shorter distances, but it can help any distance. And it helps you with both your slow twitch muscles and your fast twitch. Well, your slow twitch are more needed. Well, they're both needed for long distance, but your slow twitch helps more with endurance. And then that's more when you're doing your longer runs and your, kind of slower pace. And then your fast twitch muscles is more your speed work, your tempos, which we'll get into in a later week, that basically help your body, your muscles get used to kind of running faster and kind of give you the power to be able to move at that faster speed, but they fatigue faster. Thus, speed work is a lot of shorter distances than what we do for our long runs. And then also, it'll help you to be able to be more efficient with kind of how you're breathing. It can improve your VO2 max, which will help you to be able to kind of go at a higher effort level, or I should say, at a faster pace with less effort. This whole thing is about effort. So, early on, you don't focus on pace. You focus more on how does it feel, your breathing. Does it feel strained? And if it feels strained, then that's a good thing. I mean, you don't want it to feel like it's hurting, and you can't do it for more than, a few, like, 4 to 6 repeats of whatever distance you're doing. So, yeah, you want it to strain, but you don't want it to overstrain, which we'll get into that later in the presentation. And I think other than the fact that it'll make your heart actually beat more efficiently, it's been proven that it'll help your heart health, really for anyone. Again, as long as you're not overdoing it or underdoing it, there's a lot of benefits to doing it. And I'll let Matt take over here.
You want to advance some slides?
What's that?
Can you advance some slides?
You want next slide?
Yeah, it's not advancing on my screen.
Oh, it's not?
Uh-uh.
How about you, Bob? Is it advancing on yours? Let's see. So what are you seeing right now?
It's still now you're at the who should do speed work.
Yeah, okay. So let me go ahead and get in full screen again here. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Pretty much an easy answer to who should be doing speed work is everybody. You don't have to be an Olympic sprinter to mix in speed work. It doesn't matter the distance. It doesn't matter if you're training for 5K, 10K, half, full marathon, ultra marathons. Speed work benefits everybody. And again, the intimidation factor. There is nobody in this group, well, maybe Steve, but nobody else in this group that is running 4 and 5 minute miles out there. It's at all fitness levels. Speed work is based on individual effort. So you're not trying to keep up with the fast guys out there. It's what fits your fitness level. And again, if you want to get stronger, if you want to improve heart health, I recommend working in fitting in speed work into your workouts. Go ahead, Steve.
All right. And then, so we also got types of speed work here. And since you came up with this, Matt, I'll let you chime in if I miss anything. But on the left there, you'll see we have kind of
Can you, real quick, Steve, can you advance again? Or it's not populating on, or it's not advancing on my screen.
Is it now?
Not yet, no.
Huh. Weird. I'll get out and get back in again.
There we go.
Huh. Okay. All right. Good now? Okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, types of speed workouts. So on the left there, we kind of have a previous track schedule for speed work, which we will start doing track workouts to do speed work in March sometime. I think it's like after the time change or somewhere around there. So look out for an email on that. But this is kind of what you would see if you're getting a schedule for that, and if you're getting a customized schedule from Gary for a goal race plan. And basically, it's much easier to do on a track as far as like set distances and set times. because you know exactly what the distance is around the track. It should be, regulation track 400 meters. So if you'll see, we have, 6 by 400. Well, that means 6 400 meter, I guess, sets, where you're running 400 meters and then you're doing a recovery of, typically that'll be a 200 recovery. Sometimes we might do a 400, but yeah, typically it'll be about half the distance. But we'll get into that more when we're actually starting the formal speed work. But in the meantime, there's something called fartleks here, and those are a little more informal. Those can kind of be any kind of shorter distance or shorter time running at a high intensity, a high effort level. So you can run, you can even have fun with it where you just run to the next light post, and maybe that's 30 seconds, maybe that's a minute. And you don't even necessarily have to do, starting out when you're not used to, when you haven't done speed before, you don't have to like have a set, I'm going to do like 6 sets of running a minute, or a minute 30 at high intensity with like a minute cool down. You can kind of just see how it feels, so if you feel strained for 30 seconds and you're like, I probably shouldn't push it more, then don't. Then go ahead and take your break, whether it's, you can walk or slow jog in between, but we're talking about fast twitch muscles, which fatigue quickly. So you really want to get that break, and that break early on, it doesn't have to be structured. It can be, you can be like, 30 seconds feels good to take a break, or 60 seconds feels good to take a break. Then I'm going to go back and try to run, another shorter distance at a higher intensity. That's kind of a good starting point for people who haven't done it. And then from there, you can get more formal and also, be more focused on pace as you feel more comfortable doing it. Because if all you've ever done is a slower, like easy run, or, like we do on our Saturdays when we can talk, you shouldn't be able to talk doing your speed work. Like it should be where you're gasping for air, to the point where it's really hard. I mean, I would say it's really hard to talk. You may be able to talk a little bit, a word or two, but you're like kind of almost gasping for air, like like that, in between words. And then so fartleks, good starting point. And then we'll get into our intervals. And the track is the best way to do it. Again, you can do it a lot of different ways, but the way that this running group does it, and Gary came up with this, it's a great way to meet your goal. It's really structured, and you kind of increase each week. You increase from 400s to 800s, and then you can do pyramids, which would be 400 meters one time around the track, 2 times, and then you go back down to 1 time, and you do mile repeats another week. So I mean, I really recommend not doing more than fartleks starting out, kind of unstructured, because we don't want anyone to get injured. All right, I think I said enough on that. Matt, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, no, you nailed it, Steve. Again, track workouts, it's an easy place to do intervals or fartleks. And every time I say fartlek, the 10-year-old boy comes out at me, I want to laugh. But you don't necessarily need a track. Last year or last summer, we did these interval workouts on the Bosque bike path. So you don't necessarily need a track. And again, fartleks you can do anywhere. The easiest way to do a fartlek is on a track, and you're running the straightaways and you're jogging the curves. for, however far you want to go. I put 2 miles on this slide, but however far you want to go. Another type of speed workout, Steve, if you want to advance the slide.
Okay. Can you see it?
I'm still on the interval slide.
Yeah.
Right. There you go. There you go. Is a hill repeat. You wouldn't think, it's kind of counterintuitive to run hills and speed workouts. Steve, if you want to go back to that view you just did, the full view, it's a little bit easier to read for everybody, I would think.
You're not seeing the full screen?
No.
Okay, let me try again. All right. You seeing it now?
No, it's still in the preview screen, but it's okay. Again, hill workouts. So that will help with everything we're talking about, and it is considered a speed workout. So it's pretty simple idea. Find a hill that you can run up, not a real crazy incline, not something that you're not going to be able to complete, but something that's challenging. So the premise is you're going to run up that hill for 1 to 2 minutes at I set a 5K pace on this slide, but something that's hard, and you want to try and maintain that pace for the full length of that hill. You recover and jog, run back down, anywhere from 4 to 6 times, and that accomplishes the same thing that you're going to get out of a speed workout. Some of the things you want to be careful of is, and I think Steve talked about it, is you don't want to just jump into speed work. Make sure you've got a good solid base that you built up. Maybe I think we're in week 4 or 5 of this program, which is about the time we start introducing speed work. So if you're new to running, make sure you have that base built up. Sorry, Steve, I can't. It's really hard for me to read. It's real small. The right, there we go.
You want me to take over?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm having a really hard time reading that.
Yeah, I don't know why it's like maybe lagging or something, because on my end it looks like it's full screen,
okay,
but I don't know what's going on there. So technical difficulties, I guess that's the norm with trying a new platform like we are. So bear with us. But yeah, basically, Matt, he had already mentioned about the base. You definitely want to, have been running for a while before you get into speed work. And then also, don't necessarily feel like, and I think I sort of covered this earlier, you have to go a certain pace. You really want to kind of start out slow. Like a big part of speed work is the warm up, so that you get your body ready for that higher effort level and the higher intensity. So, like I think Matt had mentioned, you really want, or maybe it says right here, you want to warm up with about a mile or 10 to 15 minutes of, some kind of warm up. Even what we do, getting ready, with some squats and some lunges and stuff. I would say if you can't do a mile, do 10 to 15 minutes of that. And, when you do your run at a real easy pace. And then also when you're doing your speed work, start out slower, like the negative splits work. So you really want to, if you get to a point where you're like, oh yeah, I want my pace to be, 4 minutes for 800 meters. You start out slower. You start out at like 4:15 or 4:20 maybe, and then by the time you're done, you get to like 3:45 or 3:40 for your 800 meter repeats. And then also, starting out, you may need to take a longer break than what you had allocated for yourself. Don't worry about it. You're gonna steadily improve in your speed work. Your ability to go fast. And then also make sure that you, like I said, have ample cool down in between each sprint or each speed set. And that's going to be kind of informal at first before we get into track. And then when we get into track, sometimes you have to kind of take a break. Maybe you don't even walk. Maybe you just, kind of stand there for an extra 30 seconds. Don't worry about that. You're not losing a whole lot doing that. And then also, we talked about, please consult your doctor if you have a health condition before doing speed work, because we definitely don't want, people getting injured and hurting themselves. If they have any kind of injury or if they have heart problems, speed work may not be, well, at least high intensity speed work may not be for those people. You can go at an easier pace, just, not getting your heart rate up too high. Okay, next slide. All right, so, and then I've also provided, Matt and I have also provided our email addresses in this presentation, linked here, which we can actually, we can send everyone this presentation as well, or post it somewhere. And then we have Gary's too, because he is the guru. And, a lot of what we've learned has been from him. So really, really appreciate Gary and everything he does. And then I posted a few articles here to kind of get people to become more familiar with kind of how to approach speed work and what the benefits are. A lot of kind of where we get our information from. Anything else you want to add, Matt?
Yeah, no, Steve covered it, and I know probably out of time. Sorry about that, Bob.
Yeah.
No worries. Coaches, if you want to send that over to us, we'll post it in the newsletter. That's wonderful. One other thing I just want to interject, like last season, we did not have access to the tracks, to any track. So through the help of a member of APD, I'm able to get a different track access to it, permissions. It'll be Taft Middle School. Now, that being said, daylight savings time starts in, I believe, 2 to 3 more weeks. However, I want to, and if you guys, I know not everybody can make it, but this Tuesday, we'll put it in the newsletter. I will put instructions on how to get to the track, even if we start like 5:15 or 5:30, not doing any of those workouts yet, just to get people familiar. Let's call it introduction to track workouts, because once we start at 6, it'll be great. We'll have more, we'll have more daylight to work with. But what I will do there is, number one, make sure you guys, whoever joins us, knows where the track location is. Number two, I'll bring some agility exercise equipment or apparatus, which is kind of part of our workout. Not workout, I want to say part of our warm-up that we could do. And I'll just introduce you, talk about some of the points that your coaches were talking about for speed workout. And it'll be an intro so that you're prepared within 2 weeks to actually start those interval training exercises. So look for it in the newsletter, but I encourage you guys, track workout, number one, it gets that other midweek run in, but in a more productive way for those who want to get faster, get stronger, and we will watch you and do it safely. So,
and one quick question from Serena on Facebook.
Serena.
She was asking about if speed work can be effective on a treadmill as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can absolutely do your speed working on a treadmill.
Yep.
So Serena, I assume you're doing it on a treadmill too. We want you to get out there though with us too. It'll be a lot of fun. Get ready for the coaches thing. So anyway, that is our half marathon coaches. You guys are going to be over at Kit, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Kit Carson. If you have any further questions, talk to them. And like I said, again, wonderful presentation, guys. And we're getting through the technical difficulties. Don't worry about it. We're going to get better. But send it to us. We will share it with the group that way too. And you guys can send it in your emails. That's our coaches. Here, put me. There we are. Hey, okay, that was our show, guys. Remember, Vicky and I will be at Boxing Bear. There's a couple of new people we have to meet with. I will be pacing the 11:30 to 12. I'm getting better as far as my endurance, but there have been some great people I've been running with. So come and join us there. Your other coaches, if you look on your newsletter, you'll know where they are. So keep watching the newsletter if you have any further questions. But we've enjoyed this show, and it's just going to keep getting better. I hope you guys, if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. I always forget to say that. It just supports our USA Fit, our whole social media. So what are those chats there? Ted, hey, did I miss anything? Ted, you missed everything. So you have to wear Speedos at Boxing Bear tomorrow. Julie, hi. Wonderful. Anybody out there, do a shout out right now. We want to show you on the stream. There's Julie. Keep up the great work up in Santa Fe, Julie. You are doing wonderful. When the next time you're in town, come and join us for a run if you can. And oh yeah, Ted, I got it. That's our secret, Ted. Now cut it out. So inside joke. So we will see you tomorrow. The outro. Okay. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the wait, we got a couple more chats here, Vicky. What is that? 3. Let's just show the chats. Anybody we missed? Oh, that's private. Okay. Sorry. Thank you, guys. We're ready to call it a night. We want to eat some dinner, get some rest for tomorrow's run. So this has been USA Fit.
If ever I had a video,
Halfway, Debbie. Good job.
would you dance?
Way to go. Doing great.
Oh, sunshine.
Yes.
You are my sunshine. Let it in. Let it in. Oh, sunshine. You are my sunshine. Let it in. Let it in. They said
When I say 1, 2, 3, jump in the air. Ready? The guys don't do that. The girls always
dancing with some other man. I wanna see where this goes. I need a light to see home, and I want you